Hello class. In this video we're going to talk about how to import the data into R from a CSV data file, and then we're going to do some basic data visualization with R. So let's open our RStudio and open the shell I provide to you. Go to File, Open File, and Toyota R. This is the shell I provide you. Um, So you can follow the comments and fill in this empty space here. Okay, so our first step is to open the data file in R. The way to do it, first you have to define the my path, which will tell the computer where you store your file, and then use this read CSV file to read this file into your memory from your hard disk to your memory. Okay, so the way to do is go to where you store your data. So this is where I store my data, Toyota Corolla, and we press Shift on the keyboard and right-click your mouse, copy as path. And then you will copy the path of this file, and you pass this to my path variable. Remember, it already have a code, so you don't need the code. Another thing you have to be really careful is in R, the syntax is you have to make the backwards slash into forward slash. And the easy way to do this is to use Control F so you can find all the backward dash and replace with a forward dash. Do it carefully, don't replace all because that will probably mess up the rest of the code. So do it one by one so that you can look at how they are doing. Okay, great. So then we're done. We can close this find windows. So now we define the path where we store the file, and then you can run this code to read read the data into memory. Before we do that, let's clean our environment, which is the variable we defined in the previous code. Let's clean these objects we have, and then we highlight to code and run together. Remember, this line which is comment will be ignored when we run the code. So as you see here, we first we define the path, which is string variable, and then go to the computer will go to the path and find your data. And you can double click this to preview your data. So you have price of the car, the age, how many kilometers the car been running, what the type of fuel this vehicle would run, and HP, whether it's metal color or not, CC, number of doors, etc. Oh, they have 3 doors, which is how is that possible? Anyway, so let's take a first look of our data. Okay, that's what we do. Just double click the data, or you can, press my data here and just hit run this code. They will print the data on the computer, but you don't want to do that because it's so many lines of data you have. Okay, instead, if you want to just to look at the first few lines of the data, you can use head my data. Then you just print the first few lines of data, and the advantage is that you can look at, okay, what's the variable name of this and what's the data type of this data set. For example, now you know the field type is a string while the others are numbers. And you can do a quick summary of your data by typing summary. So this is also a built-in function within R. And you can pass your data into the summary function, and what they give to you is for each variable they give you what's the mean, what's the minimum, what's the maximum, etc. If the variable type is a string, now they just give you a frequency count of how many vehicle, how many records are natural gas, how many are diesel, how many are petroleum. Okay, now since we already have the data in the memory, now we are ready to analyze this data. Our first question is what's the dimension of your data? How many rows you have and how many variable name you have. So you can use the dimension as we just mentioned before, is a function that used in our matrix operation. So dimension my data, you will return the number of rows and the number of columns for your data. And you can find the mean of price class all data. The the key is how do I access different column of my data, right? So one way to do this is, as we see data is to see this as a matrix. So we can do the way we do in the matrix, we can refer the column name of the matrix, which is price, and we differ the row index to be empty, which means we want all the rows, and this would give you the price data. So you can execute this line. This basically print all the price from this data. Another way to do this is, since data is my data is a data frame, which is another type of object R, it can refer to different column or different variable by this $sign. So this would give you the same thing, or the price from my data. You can execute this line. See, it basically refers to all the price from this data. Now we have the price information. To find the mean, then we just do the price, the mean of all the price. As you see here, R is quite smart, so they give you the hint of the things you want to type. If you think the price is the right thing, you just click enter, and then would automatically enter type price for you. And you can run this code. This is the price of all the vehicle in a database, which is about 10,000. Okay, so now we are ready to do some visualization. For example, we want to do the histogram of the price. We want to see the distribution of price, so we can do my data histogram, which is the built-in function in R, and we call price. And then we can run this code. In this plot window, we see this is the histogram of price. Like most of the price, they are distribute around 10,000. There are some extreme case which is over 30,000, and that's basically a distribution of the price. It's kind of a bell shape. Okay, and you can if you want to know more about histogram, you can type $histogram and then press Control R just to show what's the detail help document of histogram. You see here they have this is actually a multiple argument for this function. You have x, which is the data, and you can set the breaks, how many bars you want to have, and you can see the main, which is the title, the next x label name and the y label name, etc. What color you want to have. So let's try to make a histogram with more details. So we can pass the data, my data in price, into this. So I want to look at distribution of price and say we want to make the color equals to say gray, and we want to have breaks 50, and we want to make a title of say like the title, and we can easily go to multiple lines. Just press enter, go to the next line. The title argument is called main. See, they are quite smart, so they're going to type main, so you can choose between this and press enter to enter the things you want to choose from. And that's the title is called histogram of price. Now we can highlight these two lines and run this code. So you see we have the color is gray. Now we have 50 bars and the color is gray. And the wonderful thing about coding is reusable. You can change the parameter. Say you can go to 40 and say you can change the change everything in the parameter, and you can rerun this. You get a once you get the code, you can be very flexible in how to make those graph. Okay, our next task is to have a box plot of price. So the function we're going to use is box plot. So they're quite smart to guessing what function you want. So it's box plot, and what we're going to do is get a box plot of the price. So it's price, and we Control R. Okay, that's basically show you another way to show the distribution of price. You can see most of the price is around about 10,000, and there are some extreme values, outliers we call it, distribute over 20,000, and this is this box basically shows what's the most of the price distribute on, and these are the outliers. And if we want to do box plot for each field type, what we're going to do is, and similarly, if you don't know the code, you can go to the help menu to see, okay, what's the what formula we can use in box plot. So here, the x, which is a formula, say y is this slash the group variable, usually a factor you can use. So that's what we can do with grouping price for different field types. So it's my data price, this little tide, my data say it's field type. So this is exactly how the formula would be in the help document. So we press Control R, then we get for each different type of field type, what's the price distribution. As you see here, for diesels, you see a big range of price distribution, while for natural gas and petroleum, their distribution is narrower than this. Something we can look at the graph, we can think of. Okay, our last thing is to plot a scatter plot with price and weight, because we want to know, okay, is there any relationship between the price and the weight? We can easily do just by plot function. Can do plot, and my data, you put your x variable first, which, as you see here, plot x, y, so you put the x variable in first, and then put your y variable, which is the price. I can run this code, and then you can immediately know, okay, this is the distribution of weight versus price. As weight increase, probably that makes some heavy duty vehicles, the price will increase. You can also plot the price versus, say, age. So we first, because age is our x variable, we put age first, and then my data price. And we can look at, okay, how does the price of a vehicle change with age? As you see here, as the age increase, the price will decrease. That's quite intuitive, right? So this is our second analysis. This is second task in R. We look at how to read the data from hard disk into your memory, and how to do some basic visualization with the data.